Yellow River water channel to deserts. China is the third largest country in terms of land area in the world, with a vast territory, diverse climate, and rich landforms. China is also one of the countries with a large desert area. Due to the diversity of China's climate and environment, the deserts generated in arid areas have created barren land in areas such as the northwest of China. Deserts formed early on Earth and existed before human activities. The sandstorms in the desert are deepening day by day, and the red flag is half rolled out, describing the harsh environment in the desert region. If there is a strong wind, it will roar, and the air will be filled with dust, flying sand and stones, and even the sky will be too dark. The deserts in China are distributed in the northern, western, and northwestern regions of North China. Most of them are distributed in the northwest region of China. Kabuki Desert, Muas Desert, etc. Human overgrazing and deforestation of forest plants cause damage to surface vegetation, soil erosion, and land turning into gravel. Due to the large desert area in China, it is a country greatly affected by sandstorms. Over the years, China has also made certain achievements in desert management. Under the scorching sun, the yellow sand is boundless, scattered with a few faint green and reddish vegetation, which is the first impression of the desert for most people. However, entering the Kabuki Desert Water Ecological Management Zone in Hangjin-Banner, Ordos City, Inner Mongolia Autonomous Region is another scene. Looking from the sand slope, lakes of all sizes are embedded in the desert like crystals. There are overgrown bushes, and water birds occasionally stop to play. How did the beautiful scenery of blue sky, clear water, and golden beaches, which can only be found in coastal cities, be implanted into the desert? The Kabuki Desert is the seventh largest desert in China, and the closest source of sandstorms in the Beijing-Tianjin region. The hinterland of the desert is located in Hangjin-Banner, Ordos City, accounting for 52% of the total area of Hangjin-Banner. The shrinkage and scarcity of grasslands have led to a vicious situation of people retreating and sand advancing, which has been troubling the people of Hangjin-Banner and restricting its development. The Kabuki Desert is adjacent to the Yellow River, and the nearest point is only about 3 kilometers. In order to alleviate desertification in the Kabuki Desert, experts have conducted on-site inspections and decided to divert the Yellow River water into the Kabuki Desert. Diversion and sand control. So the Hangjin-Banner government decided to invest 40 million yuan to divert water from the main channel on the south bank of the Yellow River, build diversion gates, 38.5 kilometers of diversion channels, 17.92 kilometers of ecological embankments, and blocks connect with the main channel, extend the ecological embankment for 10 kilometers, and connect with the main channel, forming a water cycle pattern of diverting the Yellow River, flowing into the Kabuki Desert, and retreating into the Yellow River. With water, the desert quenches its thirst. It is reported that in order to control the Kabuki Desert, related projects have allocated over 200 million cubic meters of water, resulting in many magical scenes. The Kabuki Desert has formed nearly 20 square kilometers of water surface, and nearly 60 square kilometers of ecological wetlands, and plants have begun to recover. Some water birds have come to roost here, and the barren desert has gradually become lively. The spectacle of diverting the Yellow River into the desert and turning it into an oasis has also attracted the attention of various countries. It is said that this is simply an act of rebellion, and the method of water diversion and sand control has also been imitated by countries around the world. The gurgling Yellow River water rushes through dozens of kilometers of pipelines from 12 Lianqing Township. After being accumulated in the reservoir in the hinterland of the Boltahai Sumo Desert, it continuously replenishes desert water, improves the ecological environment, and benefits people's lives. Ecology first, people's livelihood first. The Yellow River flows through Zhuangir-Banner with a total length of 238 kilometers and an annual transit water volume of approximately 24.8 billion cubic meters. The Kabuki Desert is the seventh largest desert in China, located on the south bank of the Yellow River within the Ji bend of the Yellow River in the Hetao Plain. It covers a total area of 14,500 square kilometers, of which the territory of Zhuangir-Banner covers an area of 922 square kilometers, accounting for 12% of the total land area of the Banner. For many years, due to the lack of support from ecological water resources, the original sea has shrunk, reservoirs have dried up, and grasslands have become desertified, creating a harsh environment of sand entering and people retreating, which has become the latest source of sandstorms in the Beijing-Tianjin region. The southern part of the Kabuki Desert is located within the territory of Boltahai Sumo. In recent years, due to the constraints of terrain, geomorphology, and geological conditions, the surface water and groundwater in Bertahai Suma have been relatively scarce. The reservoir has dried up for a time, leading to water loss in the desert, serious shortage of water for greening and ecology, and difficulties in irrigation water for local farmland. Since 2020, Jehangir Banner has innovated the concept of ecological civilization construction, raised funds from multiple sources to construct the Jehangir Banner's Bertahai Suma Ecological Water Source Project, and prioritized the protection of desert ecology. Through water source engineering, harmful floods during the ice flood season of the Yellow River are introduced into the reservoir in the hinterland of the Bertahai Desert to conserve water sources and revitalize the desert, simultaneously ensuring green and ecological water use, taking into account emergency water use for agricultural drought resistance, further optimizing water resource allocation, and supporting and ensuring sustainable economic and social development. The Yellow River has brought beauty to the environment and enriched the people. The Bertahai Suma Ecological Water Source Project in Jehangir Banner is divided into 3 phases, and began construction in 2020. As of now, the first and second phases of the project have been completed, and water supply has been achieved. At present, the third phase of the project is under planning and design. In April of this year, reporters saw an exciting scene in Bertahai. In the vast desert of yellow sand, there was a water outlet facility where the turbulent Yellow River water fell from the outlet, buffered and flowed into the nearby Hale Reservoir. At that time, the water area of the reservoir was vast, exuding a green hue, and presenting a good ecological appearance. This is the water supply site of Phase 1 project. It is understood that the first phase of the project has raised more than 60 million yuan through multiple sources, and the Yellow River water will be pressurized through 4 levels from Senkindi village in 12 Lianqing township to the Hale Reservoir in the hinterland of the Bertahai Suma Desert. The project was completed and opened to water last year. There is 1 floating boat-type water intake pump station built, 3 booster pump stations, 3 600 cubic meter regulating water tanks, lay 34.75 kilometers of DN 800 water pipeline. In August, the reporter once again came to Bertahai, and saw the Yellow River water rushing out of a black pipeline, flowing into the Bertahai Public Welfare Reservoir. This is the water supply site of Phase 2 project. At that time, 2 green vehicles were fetching water here. During the summer vacation, there are also tourists fishing in the reservoir. It is understood that the second phase of the project is a supplement to the first phase, raising more than 7 million yuan to add a water diversion outlet at the end of the water intake of the first phase, and to divert water from the public welfare reservoir in the hinterland of the Bertahai Suma Desert. The project was completed and put into operation in May this year, laying 4.405 kilometers of DN 800 water pipeline. Han Zhongquan, a cadre of the Jehangir Banner Water Conservancy Bureau, introduced that as of now, the total water replenishment for the first and second phases of the project is 1.764803 million cubic meters, completing 84.04% of the planned replenishment. By replenishing water, the water conservation around the Bertahai Suma Reservoir has been increased, and the public welfare reservoir has been connected to form a natural ecological pattern of sand-water connection, promoting the comprehensive restoration of the natural ecosystem. Zhou Siju, Deputy Director of the Comprehensive Support and Technology Promotion Center for Bertahai Suma, introduced that the Bertahai Suma Ecological Water Source Project is a major livelihood project that greatly improves ecology, drives the development of planting and breeding industries, rural tourism in townships, and drives farmers and herdsmen to increase their income and become rich. In 2021, the first phase of the project diverted water to the Hale Reservoir. At that time, the water level in the Hale Reservoir was low, and after the diversion, it solved the problem of greening and ecological water use in Bertahai Suma and its surrounding areas. It also took on emergency drought resistance water for farmland in 4 surrounding villages, radiating over 16,000 acres of farmland. This year, the second phase of the project diverts water to the Public Welfare Construction Reservoir, which has been running out of water since 1997, and has basically dried up. After the diversion, it solves the ecological and irrigation water needs of the surrounding 2 villages, and is also used for the development of tourism. At present, the third phase of the Ecological Water Source Project is under intense planning and design. On the basis of the first and second phases, the third phase of the project will build a new 20-kilometer water pipeline to divert water to Dabashili Gacha Dam B. Dabashili is the source of the Husitai River, one of the top 10 rivers in the Inner Mongolia section of the Yellow River. It diverts the water from the Yellow River to the source of the Husitai River, which is of great significance for water conservation, ecological protection, and high-quality development of the Yellow River Basin. The Bolta High Suma Ecological Water Source Project is actually a major event for people's livelihood, and the achievements have not come easily. Nowadays, desert ecology has been restored, the living environment in Butao High has been improved, with more trees, dense grass, green water, and more birds. The living standards of the masses have been improved. The Bolta High Suma Ecological Water Source Project is exerting a profound influence of achievements in the present and benefits in the future.